Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. 律政司司長袁國強，各位嘉賓、各位朋友，歡迎各位嚟臨香港今年嘅英女王89歲首生酒會。Secretary for Justice, the Honourable Rimsky Yuen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year's Queen's birthday party, Her Majesty's 89th here in Hong Kong. And today is not just Her Majesty's party. It is indeed Her Majesty's real birthday today. So it's rather nice to think that at this very moment Her Majesty might be opening her presents, although maybe her new great-grandchild has not yet been delivered. So this year, as we celebrate Her Majesty's birthday, I'm really thrilled to be able to unveil, for the first time in Hong Kong, a new portrait of the Queen. This was commissioned last year from British photographer David Bailey. And I'm delighted to say that the British Consulate-General is one of very, very few diplomatic missions around the world to receive its own copy of this special portrait. And it really does give me great pleasure to share this with you now. So we will do a little unveiling ceremony. And on that note, may I please invite you to raise your glasses in the first toast of the evening to Her Majesty, the Queen. The Queen. Well, since we last gathered to celebrate Her Majesty's birthday, we have been busy nurturing the UK-Hong Kong relationship. It's fair to say that there have been some challenging times. As so often, however, we do emerge stronger, I think, from those tougher times. Business partnerships between Hong Kong and the UK remain both strong and full of potential for further growth. So glass sculptors to fashion and furniture designers, from inventors of new technologies, including the latest education software, to the creators of innovative, sustainable and beautiful buildings such as the Indigo Hotel, as well as new transport networks such as MTR extension and Hong Kong Airport's new midfield concourse. You will find British businesses in all of them. Our team could not deliver without the British Chamber, Invest Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Trade Development Council, who support our SMEs in setting up and doing business here. We're very, very grateful to you for your involvement in our Overseas Business Networks initiative. Well, globally, 2014 was another strong year for investment in the UK, building on the UK's status as the #1 destination to invest in Europe and for setting up European headquarters. With UK's corporation tax now at 20%, the lowest in the G20, the UK's business environment is ever more competitive. And we've been really delighted to see some of our best established major investors maintain their view on the UK as a world-class investment destination, growing their presence in the UK, extending to new sectors, as well as welcoming new investment, in particular from mainland China, much of it channeled through Hong Kong. Well, in addition to being a great place to do business, the UK, we believe, continues to be great in many other ways. Just a few examples for you. Green is great, quite literally. This is a real, I was told it was real, yes. Well, most of it is real. This beautiful living wall behind me is intended not only to remind you of the flowers, these are real flowers, by the way, at a Buckingham Palace garden party, but also of the importance of our partnership with Hong Kong and China in securing the transition to a low-carbon global economy, especially as we approach the pivotally important UN climate talks in Paris at the end of this year. What else is great? Well, we think sport is great. This year, the UK, England and Wales will host the Rugby World Cup. We were very fortunate in having Ollie Phillips, former captain of the England Rugby Sevens team, and Lawrence Dallaglio, former British, and those of you who know these guys know they don't need any introduction, here in Hong Kong, part of the great Rugby World Cup trophy tour. We also think that design is great. The Royal Institute of British Architects have recently hosted a fantastic exhibition which was opened by the Financial Secretary at the Fringe Club here in Hong Kong, showcasing some of our most recognised and innovative architects and indeed engineers. Also, culture is great. Shakespeare's Globe brought a widely acclaimed Midsummer Night's Dream to Hong Kong, and art was great during the extraordinary Art Basel here in Hong Kong, with the presence of many British galleries and artists, institutions such as the Tate Modern and the Royal Academy, not to mention Richard Wilson's incredible vintage coach dangling off the peninsula, though I would not want New World Bus to consider that an operational advertisement for the excellent, it was not an advertisement, I want to make clear, for the excellent British double-deckers that do travel very successfully Hong Kong's streets. Well, lastly, at Her Majesty's birthday, I predicted that the coming 12 months would see plenty of activity on the issue of universal suffrage. Indeed, I think it is safe to say that many of us were entirely occupied with events in what became one of the most remarkable years in Hong Kong's post-handover history. It is particularly apt, I think, if I may say so, that our guest of honour this evening is the Secretary for Justice, the Honourable Rimsky Yuen, as the world's attention was very much drawn to Hong Kong, onto the rights and freedoms that its peoples enjoy, and it was the city's rule of law that stood out above all. Well, in a period of intense scrutiny of its integrity, the rule of law, that is, I think we can firmly and confidently say that it did remain robust, demonstrating to everybody one of Hong Kong's greatest strengths. Indeed, at the Global Law Summit in London this February, your Chief Justice set out why respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms and their enforcement are important to global economic development. Well, I'm glad not only that Chief Justice Ma, but also you, Secretary, found the time to visit the UK last autumn and generously spoke to various audiences, including at Chatham House, the London Law Expo, and to the Hong Kong Association, where you reassured the association that the election of the Chief Executive in 2017 by universal suffrage is just the first step, with a scope for reviewing and improving the system in future. So we wish you well, Secretary, as you and your colleagues navigate what may be critical weeks for Hong Kong's future. Well, as you can see, the British Consulate-General in Hong Kong is delivering for Her Majesty, and for this I would like to thank all of my talented, hard-working and very conscientious, brilliant team for all that they do for British interests in Hong Kong and Macau. So much. 我衷心感謝今晚出席酒會嘅香港夥伴同朋友，我哋非常多謝大家係過去嘅支持，亦希望同各位喺未來一年繼續通力合作。同時，我也一直非常珍惜我們與中國人民共和國中央人民政府代表的交流。最後，我請大家為中華人民共和國同香港美好嘅將來一齊乾杯。 跟住落嚟，有請今晚嘅禮賓律政司司長阮國強為我哋致辭。So may I now invite the Secretary for Justice, the Honourable Rimsky Yuen of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region Government to address us. Thank you so much, Secretary. Thank you.
Consul General, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, attending birthday party is always a joyful experience. And this birthday party is far more than a mere joyful occasion. Indeed, it is my great honor and great pleasure to attend this birthday party of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Her Majesty the Queen is a living legend, as well as a living symbol of the fine British tradition, culture, and wisdom. On this day of celebration, may I, on behalf of the government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, send our best regards and wish Her Majesty many, many happy returns. May I also take this opportunity to wish all our friends from the United Kingdom a joyful and rewarding year ahead. Although the colonial linkage between the UK and Hong Kong stopped in 1997, the close ties between the two jurisdictions did not come to an end. Instead, not only Hong Kong and the UK continue to maintain close ties in various different contexts. People of the two jurisdictions remain partners and good friends to each other. As highlighted by the Consul General just now, one aspect that stands out is our economic relationship. It is very true that UK is one of Hong Kong's largest and most prominent trading partners. In addition to the statistics quoted by the Consul General, may I supplement by adding just a few more figures, perhaps just to show you that I have done the homework and do not come here for free drinks and free food. In 2014, the UK was Hong Kong's second largest trading partner in the European Union. The total value of our bilateral trade last year exceeded US 13 billion. Besides, in last year alone, a total of US 7.2 billion worth of goods, or 8.3% of the total trade between the UK and the mainland, were routed through Hong Kong. As at the end of 2013, the UK was the fifth major destination of outward direct investment (ODI) from Hong Kong, with an ODI stock of US 29.9 billion. Why? As the Consul General just pointed out, UK companies feel comfortable doing business here in Hong Kong. Of course, there are various reasons, and I'm not trying to downplay the importance of any of them. However, as the Secretary for Justice, the first reason that immediately springs to my mind is the fact that both UK and Hong Kong enjoy one important treasure, and that is the common law system, a system that is known to be effective in maintaining the rule of law and in facilitating the conduct of business. Not only has Hong Kong remained a common law jurisdiction under the one country, two system principle, our rule of law remains robust and our legal infrastructure continued to stay in the forefront of the international trend so as to meet the needs of the international business community. In this regard, apart from the contribution made by the pool of local talents, I would like to highlight yet another important linkage, which is the fact that we are extremely lucky to have distinguished UK judges serving as non-permanent judges of our Court of Final Appeal. At the moment, there are altogether 7 distinguished judges from the UK, including, for instance, Lord Neuberger, Lord Walker, Lord Hoffman, and Lord Phillips. I'm sure that the legal profession and indeed the entire community are extremely grateful for the valuable judicial services that they provide to Hong Kong. In the context of education and culture, the UK is one of the most popular destinations for Hong Kong students who want to embark upon overseas studies. The British Council's establishment in Hong Kong is also one of the largest in the world and brings in a constant stream of internationally renowned British artists, writers, and performers. And as an indication of how Hong Kong is fascinated by British sport, you would be very surprised as to the huge number of Hong Kong people, including my colleagues and my friends, who watch virtually every single Premier League match on television. Politically, Hong Kong is heading towards a critical moment. Tomorrow, the Chief Secretary for Administration will attend the Legislative Council to brief our LegCo members on the consultation report and proposals on the methods for selecting the Chief Executive by universal suffrage. It is the common aspiration of the Hong Kong people to implement universal suffrage for the election of the Chief Executive in 2017. The Hong Kong HKSAR Government, with the support of the Central People's Government, is committed to do the utmost with a will to achieving the objective, an objective which we firmly believe is in the best interest of Hong Kong. While issues concerning constitutional development are controversial, and at the moment no one can tell what will be the final outcome, our friends from the UK, and indeed our friends from other countries, can rest assured that Hong Kong will continue as a vibrant international cosmopolitan city, a city which upholds the rule of law, and a city which is ideal for doing business. Before I conclude, allow me to express our gratitude to the Consul General and her team for their assistance in facilitating my visits to the UK in the past 2 years, and for their great contribution in forging a close relationship between Hong Kong and the UK. I'm sure that the friendship between the UK and Hong Kong will continue to blossom for many more years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite you to join me in the second toast of this evening. Thank you. To Her Majesty the Queen and to all the people of the United Kingdom. Cheers.